this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the San Diego State Aztecs and the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Guys, Coach knows this is a huge opportunity for his team at home today. One thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. And the Aztecs ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The run inside. It's Shaw. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Back to pass on second down. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Jones. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. On the move, it's Shaw. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Wants to fire on second down. He fires one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Another incompletion on third down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. With the catch, it's Sheffield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And they tried to run that sweep out route. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge, and then he might be able to do some more damage.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Working that left side now. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Fires to the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll sneak it. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes, and that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception.
Got some room to run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State.
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. So the Blue Raiders come out ready to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Fighting off the defender. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
On 2nd and 10, a full wide out set, trips right. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's a nice job by the offense, man. I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turn wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Love the work by the running back on that draw play. He sold like he was going to be pass blocking. At the last second, got the handoff, and right away put his foot in the ground to get upfield.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Makes the catch. It's Allen. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. get it through the air. He's got the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's all. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Raiders.
Really nice timing on that throw by the quarterback. Took his steps, he hitched, he got rid of it quickly on a line, put it on his guy running straight down the field, and he's able to catch it in the end zone.
And the extra point was good. He marched 78 yards down the field, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Escapes the pressure going right. Gets rid of it. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Aztecs offense makes its way onto the field to start this drive. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Yeah, and how about this offense? A little counter, a little misdirection. Get everybody's eyes going one direction. They go back the other way. Nice execution by the offense to make the big running play down the field.
To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Brown. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. You just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their head start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. A little missed opportunity there for this offense.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Aztecs will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt is in the air on fourth down. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Middle Tennessee State comes out onto the field. The offense ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on third and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. Touchdown Aztecs. The defense putting points on the board.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And he tacks on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the...
Down the seam on the left. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. On the ground, it's Sutton. Plows through the defense. Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, San Diego State. He shed tackles right and left and housed it. The extra point here would tie the game.
And sometimes you live by the blitz, and sometimes you die by the blitz. And right there, great job blocking it, understanding it was coming, and then somebody had to make a play in space, and he took it a long way.
You're right, David. It's always a risk by the defense, and if you don't have good gap integrity with the blitz, then the offense can pop one, and that's exactly what happened on that run. front, not getting flustered, just staying in their tracks, getting their blocks, giving their running back a lane. He uses that speed, and that's just not a touchdown, man. That is a long highlight reel TD.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Running inside, it's Shaw. Picks up the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Makes the grab. It's Allen.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Back to pass. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And I think out routes are solely about timing because that wide receiver is going to get to a point and break it off straight to the sidelines, and you could just tell he put too much mustard on it and just led him a little bit too far.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all away. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a 1st and goal situation.
Quarterback making checks. They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, MTSU. Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The run inside. It's Sutton. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll go right back to him. Maybe a crease. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Sutton, and they get him down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
To the air on second down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. Makes the grab on the left. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Lost to throw again. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You got a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Fires to the wideout. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them. They get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Nestled just inside that right upright. The lead now trimmed to 28-24.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it's picked off for the third time today. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And I think this offensive coordinator is going to be frustrated with his quarterback. You got the lead. You want to get more points. You want to be aggressive. But you cannot put the ball in harm's way near midfield. Now you've given the defense a chance to now go score points and maybe take the lead in this football game.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. That's reeled in, it's Brown. The Aztecs call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on first and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Escapes the pressure to his right. Makes the catch. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Using the quick game. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Aztecs! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Shaw. There he goes. They make the stop. He's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Oh, sticks that big mid up there and grabs it. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
Here we go. Go.
Looking to throw on first down. Floating away. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the book. 10 time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellows, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We kick things off with Arkansas taking on the number 4 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Razorbacks able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And that makes it 2 victories on the season. They're nowhere near their preseason goal, of course. So how they handle things from here.
A lot of room to the right. The 40. The 30. And he's brought down, and he just about took it all the way. How about the timing on the pitch from this quarterback on the option? They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Here's a little room there. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Running inside. It's Sutton. Wrestled down at that 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, San Diego State. Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Blue Raiders come out ready to go on the attack. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's looking deep. Goes high to pull it in. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Let's not overcomplicate things. My guy is better than all of your guys. No matter how I give it to him, I'm going to keep feeding. That's over 150 yards now. What a day for this wide receiver.
Looking downfield on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's Jones. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Might be changing the route. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Looking to throw again. Finds a man on the right. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Raiders. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. They'll run the option. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
That's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Might be looking to run. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. All the way. Touchdown, Aztecs.
Man, the defensive coordinator is pulling his hair out on the sidelines after that one because they had everybody covered initially. They just couldn't get home to the quarterback. He had over 5 seconds to throw that football. The defense has to do a better job affecting the QB moving forward or they're going to get lit up in this game.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Shaw. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on that time, made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Allen. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3.
Blue 22, blue 22. Let it go.
Looking to fire. He wants to go deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Quick completion on the out. That's the 20. He's got space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Now from inside the red zone. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Got it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Makes the quick grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's busted. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Running to Green. Got enough for the first. Maybe some room here. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, San Diego State.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Makes the grab. It's Shaw. Breaks into the open. And after that huge gain, he will have a chance to catch his breath, and he's going to need it. What a way to wrap up the third quarter. 1 quarter to go makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Check, check. Ready, go.
The run inside. It's Martin. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
Let it go.
From the gun, looking for a man. Wide out, trying to get it in. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. What a game he's had. 3rd touchdown of this one and 5 on the season.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Defense in press coverage. They give it to him again. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up 3rd down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. And the Aztecs will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt is in the air. Makes a nice grab at the 25. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Middle Tennessee State comes out onto the field. The offense ready to go to work. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field. Turning it on! Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be back.
They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Catch in the middle. It's Galloway. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
My goodness, dude, that is close to 500 yards. Most people can't do that on air. Most people can't do that in a video game.
Going to the run, it's Shaw. Touchdown, NTSU. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm, and in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. San Diego State trying to get things moving on this drive. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that one.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
He's going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Aztecs will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They've been outstanding the last couple of possessions, both times winding up in the end zone, and they've grabbed the lead. Got it in the middle, it's Galloway. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. This time he wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed.
Might have a chance. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on second down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. Power ahead. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yep, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on a lot of times when your team's better to do the same thing, to return the favor, and make him forget that.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock.
San Diego State.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again.
Ready, ready. Red 54, red 54.
To the air on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game. Where you...
That's it! A sack to end it as they finish off this one in style.